two different estate sales, and I will say I try to reel it in, y'all, because I was on a budget and I went into these estate sales forgetting that I even had a budget. And we just had to get to a place. We had to come into Jesus and we just had to say, you know what? There's a lot of stuff and you don't need it all. So I will show you what I ended up seeing and also what I ended up getting from these estate sales. I ended up spending a total of around $50, which sounds a lot, but y'all will not believe what I was able to find at these estate sales. Stay tuned.
Bad girls make them say wow. Rise, we follow in your green design. You gather women strong and wise in your garden of reclaim. We shine. Upcycle, Empress, lead. We build, we plant, we dream anew. You show us how with love and seed that we can grow and make things true. She films by morning light in soil dusted hair, showing this is where I started seeing. And in each video, she offers us her care, a sister's hand, calling, come walk with me. From scrapwood benches to vertical vine walls, you see.
Okay.
From scrapwood benches to vertical vine walls, you see.
All right, so here we go. Here are some of the items that I found, or actually all of them. I'm gonna show you all of the stuff that I got. So my first Saturday estate sale that I went to, I found these really nice rattan or like wicker type style placemats for your dinner table. I'm gonna have these set up in my kitchen just as we come close to the holidays. I want to try to have a nice setup or a nice little spread for the dining room and kitchen table. So these were $8, and these are something I feel like you would find in like a Marshall's or a TJ Maxx, somewhere like that. $8. I mean, the price wasn't like super, it wasn't super great, but I like the style so much that I just went ahead and paid the price, because I probably could have went back the second day they had the sale and got it for half off, but I was afraid somebody else was gonna get it, and it was worth it to me because it matches the aesthetic of my house and all my other decor. All right, the next thing that I found at the sale, and I will say I did not buy a lot of stuff at that first sale. It was mainly just let me look around, see how they have this set up, because the house was beautiful. It was a house over in the St. Louis area, and it wasn't Ladue, but like kind of nearby Ladue area. If you guys are familiar with St. Louis, you know that Ladue is like where the real rich people live, and so this area was maybe like 15 minutes away from that. But I found these really good quality napkins. So these are just dinner napkins, and these type of napkins, this is something that I see come up. This item comes up a lot at estate sales. I know that people that are well off, they tend to have probably, you know, like a lot of dinner parties. I imagine they have a lot of, you know, like little get-togethers, social and network events and stuff like that. So I feel like they always have nice tableware. But these I'm not using for their intended purpose. I am actually going to use this as fabric to make other things, such as like maybe a quilt or tote bags, or even like a oven mitt, something like that, because the quality is it's a thick, like really thick quality, and I like the pattern, like the flowers on here. It's giving very boho chic, so it's a little bit a little bit faded, but I feel like I can work with this and make this into something else. So that's what I'm gonna do. These napkins were, I believe, about, I got 4 of them. I think this was like either $2 or $3 for all these. So this was a good deal, and this is a good amount of fabric, I feel like, for how good the texture is. So I was satisfied with that. All right, so this first thing I actually got, this was from a Friday sale. I forgot about this, but this is a vase or a vase, whatever you like to say, or however you like to say that. But this is a vase from Crate and Barrel, you guys. So I was drawn to this vase. They had it set up on a table, and it was around all these other little random knickknacks. But this is just glass, and I like, it's got a handle. It looks like it maybe is actually supposed to be a pitcher, but I used it for a vase just because I wanted something to put on my little counter. You can see I already didn't put flowers in it, and I just really like the cleanliness of how this looks. So this is high quality. The glass is a thicker type glass, but yeah, the price on this, I got it for $4. Yeah, that's all that I got from the first sale. I ended up, my total was like $20, but okay, I did get my son something. He got some spray paint, something else too, but my stuff, y'all see what I ended up getting. It was only like $10, $11, $12. So I was really excited about the stuff that I got, especially those placemats. Those placemats look so good on the kitchen table, and I'm really glad that I spent the $8 to get those. But one of the sales, I feel like I could figure out what the person used to do. I like playing this game when I go to estate sales. So the first sale that I went to, they had this beautiful brownstone in the city, and it was giving very much like we like to host, we hostesses and have dinner parties and all the things. And they had all these linens, they had all of these really high-end like servingware and like different platters and stuff like that. So I enjoyed those items that they had set up in their kitchen. The second sale that I went to, I feel like those people, they were travelers, and they had all kinds of unique little like different tchotchkes that they got from, it looked like either they were from the UK or they really liked going there. But anyways, you'll see in my next few clips of the sales what I was able to find and come across and get an idea of what I'm talking about here. But yeah, guys, let's go.
Upcycle, empress, rise. We follow in your green design. You gather women strong and wise. In your garden of reclaim we shine. Upcycle, empress, lead. We build, we plant, we dream anew. You show us how with love and seed that we can grow and make things true. She films by morning light in soil dusted hair, showing this is where I started seeing. And in each video she offers us her care, a sister's hand calling, come walk with me. From scrapwood benches to vertical vine walls, you see. From scrapwood benches to vertical vine walls.
Not yet. They still need to use supervisor right now, so.
Okay, y'all. So the next sale that I went to, it was crazy. So this house it had, so from the beginning, when you first walk up on the house, you're like, oh, okay, little modest house. It was in one of those neighborhoods where most of the houses were gated, and you could tell everybody was well off, doing, you know, had their whole staff of people that worked for them. And you could just tell it was a very, very, very like a place where prestigious people live. So I walk up to this house. I'm like, oh, this house is smaller than the other ones, but that's fine. They probably, you know, they might have an interesting style or whatever. So we go inside the house, walk in, beautiful, breathtaking. So I honestly, whenever I first walked in, I didn't even know where to start because the house, there's people everywhere. Like cars are just parked for miles to get to this home, and this is the first day of the sale. Okay, not even the discount day. So we start walking around, and so it's like me and then my son and then also my youngest daughter with me. So we're walking around. My daughter, everybody loves seeing a baby at estate sales, and they just want to just, you know, chop it up and hey, how you doing? It's nice to see a little mini shopper, like all that kind of stuff. So like I'm trying to stay focused, but you know, I'm also just trying to just kind of just dial it back and just chill, you know, as we kind of just navigate through everybody. But the house had 2 basements, y'all.
Wow.
2 basements. I didn't even know that was like an option that you could have to have 2 basements in your home, but I guess with enough money anything is possible. So 2 basements, and then also this house had 5 kitchens, y'all. I don't even know. I lost count of the bathrooms. I have no idea, but it was more than the kitchens. It was 5 kitchens. And then one of the kitchens, it just looked like where the worker staff went, and it had just like a little mini fridge. It looked like, you know, where people go to take a lunch. You know how your lunchroom at work looks, where it's just like a little side room off in the back somewhere. But they had this room set up, and most of the linens, the tableware linens, were all in there. So I got a lot of those. And I did go to the sale 2 days, both days that they had it, because I went through the linens the first day, and then I was like, well, I don't really want to pay, you know, full price for linens. I'm gonna come back because I feel like linens, that's something that you can come back, because not a lot of people are looking at linens, I'll be honest with you, unless it's like, you know, some Gucci or something crazy, which they didn't have that. They did have so I found like 2 of these. I was trying to find brands on all of them. This one, they a lot of them don't have tags on them, but like the texture, I really like the texture. And again, just like that other fabric or those other napkins that I found at the first sale, I'm gonna use this strictly for the fabric to make it into something else, upcycle it into a tote, or you know, maybe even a quilt. This would actually look really cute just as a quilt, wrap around with some brown for a border. Like I think that's a project that I'm gonna work on. But yeah, so the table linens, like these people that have this sale, is usually an older male gentleman. I always see him, and he's the guy. He at one of the sales, he had my son arm wrestle him for my stuff. So he was like, if you arm wrestle me, you can have all this stuff for free. Just get all your mama stuff for free. And so, you know, he did. And I was like, Andrew, you better get up there, get our stuff. And he actually let us have it for free. But yeah, so usually I'll have a bag full of stuff like this. And who want to go through a bag full of just like random linen? So usually, you know, they'll just toss it in there, and the price is really, I can't really tell you exactly the price that I paid, because it was like I was saying, all thrown in a bag, and he was just like, you know, $20 for the whole bag, like that type thing. I think originally they had it marked like each separate table runner, because this is a table runner, but it's like, it feels like a quilt on its own, because it's like that thick. It feels like 2 layers here, and then it's got like the quilted pattern in the front. But yeah, it just, all of them, all the table runners they were $16, and I did not pay nowhere near that price. So this is something I got on the second day. So if you really get down to what I probably actually paid, like if I think about like divide $20 in all the items that I had in the bag, this was probably like 50 cents. So no brand on that one, but very, very good quality. It feels like it's Pottery Barn. I don't know how you feel like something's Pottery Barn. I don't know what that feels like, but it's like feels like durability and like stability. It feels like, you know, stress-free, worry-free. All our ducks are in a row. Like we doing well in life. That's what feels like right here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know if it maybe at one point had a tag and they didn't like seeing tags and they just took it off, but regardless, that's a nice textured item there, and I will be using that to make something or upcycle with. I got this napkin. I bet there were more of these at one point, but this was a second day item, and the second day things are not how they are set up the first day because everybody done went through everything. But they had just one of these set out, and this is actually Pottery Barn. The tag is on this. This looks like a napkin, and just like a dinner table napkin. I like the paisley texture or pattern on there, and this looks like something that would be like a nice little tote or purse. I don't know if it's big enough to be a tote, but maybe like a little zipper bag I can turn that into. So stay tuned for all of that stuff. I will be working on all of my sewing projects here in the next upcoming weeks because, you know, the holidays are coming up, and I got to get in gear for that because that's what I said for the holidays. I want to do very thoughtful gifts. I do. I want to do thoughtful gifts that are personalized, because I feel like that is something that we kind of just get away from in this day in technology, where it's just like easy to get on Amazon, send somebody a gift card or something like that to their text or email, and it's just like, that's a nice gift, and it's just a thought that counts. You know, of course, if you get anything for anybody, it's a nice gesture, but I want to just really take some time and think about the people that I'm buying gifts for and make them something that you know, is very thoughtful to them and the point where they're at in their life right now. So I found another table. This is a, what is it, placemat. I found another placemat. I wish I would have found, because I know they had more of these at one point, but whoever got the rest of them probably was just in a hurry and left out this one. But okay, I've almost forgot about these, but these are napkins that I found in that same little area. They had all their linens in. These are embroidery type napkins. These are from Williams Sonoma, and I did look these up online. They actually still have these on their website, and I believe the price was, let me see if I can find my note. Okay, I lost my note, y'all, so I'm just looking online to find the price of these. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so $60 for a set of 4, y'all. That's a set of 4. These are napkins. Okay, because that's how serious it is for people that are about that lifestyle. But for me, on the other hand, I'm gonna continue to thrift until I get to that point. Even if I was rich, I think I would still be thrifting. If I was a millionaire, I would just be going to the best of the best estate sales, and I would still be like, you know, trying to negotiate prices, because why spend a lot of money for things and when you don't have to? That's always my point. So I also got these napkin rings. This is my first time venturing out to get napkin rings. Like this whole aesthetic right here. I even tried to do the accordion, like flip over for the napkins to put in the rings. But these napkin rings, they were, the price tag said $6. I got them for like $2. Okay, again, thrown in the bag, thrown in the bag. That all the items in the bag was just $20, like that kind of thing. But these look like they were hand painted, and so it came with 6. I only really needed 4, but I put the other 2 up just in case I lose one or something like that. But yeah, I feel like I'm adulting hardcore now. I'm gonna have my table set up for the holidays, and it's gonna get hopefully very classy, very when you come in here you clean your mess type vibes, and I'm excited about that job. But yeah, very thick material. This has been quilted. So when I say quilted, like I don't know if that's technically what it's called, but like the crisscrossy like pattern that's been sewn in. But this again, y'all gonna see this turn into a little bag or something. I feel like Vera Bradley, I feel like that's probably how she started all of those little purses. It's just by maybe upcycling, I don't know, something like this and putting it together as purses, because this reminds me of a Vera Bradley purse. It really does. So yeah, I got another 2 placemats, and these are just all good quality things. Like I love it. I don't know why this makes my heart so happy, but to see now that I am into sewing and seeing like the lines, the neat lines that are in the material. I know all of this stuff like this is good quality, and it takes time for things to look like this, but every stitch is intact and the material is very clean still. I'm gonna wash all of this still, but nothing is stained, and it just looks very like they kept it up really well. Like they only wash these items. Like this is something I struggle with. Like I will throw all of my stuff all in the wash together and hope for the best, but it looks like, you know, they really care for their materials, and they probably only washed their table linens together, you know, not even with the kitchen towels. They only wash table linens together, use the good fabric softener and all the things that rich people do. I don't know, but yeah, I was really glad to have come across all of that stuff, because this is really good material that I can upcycle for later. Okay, so this is a set of napkins. I am not sure how many are in here, but it looks like this is for a restaurant. There's a lot. And these have like the embroidered look to it, and it's got just a little flower in the corner. I don't know what I can make with these, but it will be something because I have so many. But yeah, these are little napkins, and I don't know, they also could be cute to just set up on the table too, but we'll see. I have a lot, so I'll play around with some things and see what I can come up with. But the price they had on the bag, there was a sticker that said $6, and this is an item that I got on the second day, so today's sale where they had everything half off. So if this again, $2 for this. There's no brand on here, but they look like very good quality. The embroidery detail is very you can tell it's made with some care. It was made with care for sure. So that's all the linens that I got, I think. Let me double check. Hold on. Okay, I got one more thing. Hold on. Okay, this towel. I was looking so hard for a brand for this towel because the texture is like smooth, like butter. Like, you know how some towels, the texture, you feel it and you're like, that's not absorbent. I don't like that. I don't like that towel. That's gonna be just for a month, and I'm gonna just use that for a kitchen rag after that. But this towel is very, very, you can tell, I don't know what, I wish it had a tag on it. Like, they cut all the tags off of everything. I can't see the material or nothing. But yeah, this towel is something. I'm gonna go online and look at towels from places and see if I can find this one. But it just says Autumn Blessings, and I'll throw this in the wash. It looks like it's got the creases, like it's barely been used. So I'm gonna just put it in the wash and hang this over my little my stove handle thing. But yeah, I like this towel. Again, just thrown in a bag. Probably got it 50 cents to $1. I don't know, but yeah, that was the deal. I got a lot of linens from that sale. And I will forever always check the linens, because not because I need linens or tableware. It is because I want to use the fabric, and a lot of the fabric that people have in their linens and tableware is really good quality and already has the quilting on it. So you just gotta like stitch these bad boys to something, and you can make like a quilt, or like I was saying, a tote bag or anything, and not have to put in as much time in doing all of this starting from scratch. So that is something that is my new obsession, y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna accumulate all this stuff fast. However, this is a hobby that is lesser of the evils. So I could be doing drugs, but I'm not. I'm here, you know, doing this. This is a good thing, right? Okay, I got more of the napkin ring holders. These are like, I'm not sure exactly what kind of material this is. It kind of reminds me of the placemats, like that kind of material. It just feels a little bit more like sleek. The price they had on this was $4. I got this on the second day sale, paid nowhere near that price. But yeah, I'm gonna use this for my dining room area, and I don't know which napkins I'm gonna set out for the dining room yet, but I'm gonna use these because it matches all the stuff that I have in there. Okay, a little cute thing that I got, this little oven mitt here. The price on it was $4. I ain't pay that, but it's, I feel like this is from, what is it? Where is this from? K&K Interiors. So it looks like it's never been used. I might re-gift this or give this as a gift. Just like, you know, have this and maybe some kitchen baking utensils in here, and then put a little bow around it, something like that for the holidays is what I'm thinking. It's like the texture is velour. I like this applique they have on here. I've been wanting to learn how to do something like this because I feel like it just gives it a little bit more flair. But yeah, this was super cute. So I got this the first day of the sale. It was with all the Christmas items they had, and yeah, I just thought it was cute. Okay, so I have a couple of more Christmas things that I found at the sale. This little snowman thing, this is so cute. Like, I feel like you can probably easily make this. However, they had $12. This is a second day item that I got, and yeah, this was just thrown in my bag again, y'all. I don't want to keep saying it, but I know you guys are curious about the price. I've not, any price you see that I have on these items, I didn't pay that price. I paid way lower than that price. So yeah, this is cute. It's almost Christmas time, so I'm trying to get geared up and get all my stuff ready to be put out for that time of the year. So I found this, and then also I found this little cutesy here. Uh-oh, I got my yarn that I got today all tangled on here. Okay, so yeah, this I was thinking about putting in, I don't know if I'm gonna put it in just like the kitchen area or bathroom. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna just like put all my stuff together and just see what happens, see how everything looks. But I try to get stuff that has gold mixed in with like the reds and all that, because that's what theme that I have for all my Christmas stuff. All my crafting girlies out there, make sure, I really hope that you are a current like thrifter, because you can honestly find so much of the items that you needed, such as like ribbon or other things needed for gift wrapping. You can find it for really discounted prices. So I highly recommend doing that, because you know, whenever you go into the stores, the crafting stores, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, wherever have you, you're gonna spend a lot of money on good quality ribbon. So this ribbon I got from the sale today, or no, I got this yesterday during the first day of the sale. And yeah, so it's kind of like, it reminds me of craft paper, but it's just got flowers on it. And I really do, I don't know why, I like how the brown looks with the bright colors like that. The retail of what they paid for this kind of ribbon, you can see it was $11.99. And they have barely even used this. This is dang near like a whole new thing. So worth it. I found some other ribbon. This is for Christmas. It's got poinsettias on it, and I don't know what the retail price was on that, but it's still got the plastic wrapped around it. So I'm just, you know, getting it all together so I can start doing my gift wrapping and all of that stuff I'm excited about for this year, now that I've been like die hard into crafting. But yeah, definitely find you some craft supplies at thrift shops and thrift like estate sales and yard sales, like things like that, because sometimes people, like, we really have good intentions when we start new hobbies. Sometimes people overbuy and then don't end up using everything, so they just end up giving it away, you know, even if it's brand new stuff. So check it out, get into it, because I think that is worth your time. You do sometimes have to really dig into like maybe bags or bins sometimes to find what you're looking for. I have never been in that moment of digging through stuff and was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's always like, I might find something. Sometimes I won't, but I might. And it could be something that you were looking for, have been looking for, or never thought you were looking for. And it's just like the perfect thing that you need to make something with. But you guys, yeah, I highly recommend, just do it, you know, just do it, save you some money. Got another gift wrapping thing. This is just a giant preppy smiley face aesthetic bag. So like, I don't know, a Santa Claus bag, whatever you want to use it for. But it's from Hallmark and retail is $4. So whenever I can come across some gift wrap that has not been opened, I'm gonna buy it. Hey, so I got a bunch of yarn today. So that'll be my next thing that I want to learn how to do. Well, I'll say like relearn how to do, because I have made scarves and things out of loom knitting, and I know how to do that. I haven't done it in a while though, but I have a lot of nice yarn. So they had it all in a tote. It said $1. I probably got this for free, honestly, because I don't know how much I paid for this. But a lot of pinks and blues, because that's something, like, yarn can be expensive actually if you're buying like the really thick high quality stuff. But for me, I always just want to get the cheap. I've been like trying to just get a collection going, but I always try to get the cheaper stuff just so I can be sure I know what I'm doing before I start getting expensive stuff. So yeah, if you are into knitting or wanting to learn how to knit, you want to probably start doing the same thing and just accumulating just cheaper yarn so that you can practice and be sure that it's something that you want to devote more time and money in. So okay, so let's talk about shoes and purses. Of course, this sale, I don't know if I had to imagine the people that live there. So in one of the basements, they had a lot of golf gear. There was a lot of like sport memorabilia. Like this person, the man that lived there, was maybe into a lot of sports. And I think he also played golf, maybe professional. I don't know. They had a lot of trophies from playing golf. They had a lot of like special golf club tags and stuff. Like I don't remember the name of it. The tags were basically saying like exquisite golf club. Like it didn't say exquisite, but it was something like that, elite or something. But yeah, and then they had pictures of like a group of people who looked like, you know, they were, you know, fresh from playing golf on the golf course. But yeah, I feel like, you know, maybe his wife or partner that he had there was really into fashion and shoes. I know, because actually she had a whole room that was designated, not even, okay, so clothes, that's one thing, but she had a closet, a whole room, actually, it wasn't even a closet. It was a room designated to just her shoes and her accessories. So the shoes had their own wall, okay? So they had built-in shelves, and all these shoes just filled all the shelves, all the little areas over there. And then she had on the other side shelving for purses. So over here they had all kinds of, like, every Brighton purse you can think of. I'm not big on Brighton. I see the store and it just looks like a store I shouldn't go in. You know what I'm saying? Like bright lights, and it's just like everybody's watching every move you make in there, and it's just, I've never really gotten into that stuff. Even like with thrifting, I always see that stuff, but it's not really like the style. It's not really like my style or anything. But yeah, just whole side wall just full of shelving with Brighton purses, all kinds of textures, and they had the light, like spotlights, and it was just something you see in a celebrity house. It was so immaculate. And then in the center of the room, they had the center towards the back, they had the jewelry set up. Of course, somebody's back there manning the station. But all her shoes were a size 10. Now, I'm a size 9, but I was just like, out of curiosity, let's see what happens. Like, I tried on a few shoes, and I don't know if maybe my feet got bigger, or, you know, like maybe over time, you know, your shoes start to shrink. I don't know if that's a thing, but I could fit a couple of pairs. So I did get some shoes. I got all the shoes. So on the first day, and you know, I'm gonna say a price, and you know I didn't pay that price, because these people be looking out for me, and I love going to their sales. But the shoes, they had marked $20 each pair. Okay, so I found they had a lot of clogs type shoes, and I'm a Croc girl. I would own every pair of Croc if I could. Any kind of slide on, any kind of clog. I'm just like, you know, my lifestyle, I be moving. So I need to just be able to, you know, slide on my shoe and go on about my day. So these were up there, and I was like, oh, these are so cute. I don't really know the brand name. It says Haflinger. How you say that? Haflinger. I don't know. Maybe it's a UK thing. I don't know. But you could tell, like, the sole, how they look. Like, it looked like they barely wore these. Size, yeah, 41 European size. So yeah. I like the hearts, and I tried them on. They're so comfortable. Wear these with some jeans, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, February comes, I can be real festive with these little heart clogs on. So again, I had these thrown in my little bag, and you know, the guy seeing all my stuff, and he was like, you know, just whatever with the price. But yeah, these are really comfortable. And y'all, I did look these up out of curiosity, because I was not familiar with the brand. I knew they were something because I could tell the quality. But yeah, these are like $60 and up. Not quite, I would say, like maybe kind of in the arena as like Birkenstocks. Not exactly the same, because I don't know exactly like everything about, like, too much about these shoes. I just like happen to come across these, but the quality is giving like similar to Birkenstock to me. So yeah, these are cute, and I'm glad that I found these, because that room was little. Like, it was big for the stuff that they had. Like, you have your own shoe room. Like, that's, you know, any size is good for that. But it was, like, for the amount of people that was there, I had to, like, shuffle my way in between the area to get some shoes out. There was a bench there, and it was just ladies just kind of sitting, chilling, you know, trying on shoes and stuff. But, yeah, I saw these, and I was like, yep, take these. And then I went ahead and left up out of there. But I went back the second day today for the discount day, and I was just moving and shaking today, y'all, because I already knew what it was gonna be like in that sale, because that sale was crazy. It was a lot of stuff, but it was a lot of like good quality stuff, name brand, high end. So I was not surprised when I came to see like there was cars from miles and miles away parked just to walk up. People walking so far, 10 minutes to get to this sale. Crazy. People walking with these big old boxes, like, and nobody's complaining, because we all know what we did. You know, we all know the deals that we got. We all did what we had to do. So yeah, the second day I found these are Michael Kors slides, and I seen them. They were like kind of out the shelf, like somebody thought about getting them and they just kind of like hurried up and put them back. And I said, oop, let me go ahead and, yeah, I tried them on real quick and I could fit them. But yeah, I like the style. I'm not really big on Michael Kors, but I like the flowers. I don't know why I'm so drawn to flowers all the time, but they look brand new, don't they? These look brand new. I could sell these on Poshmark, but I'm not. I'm gonna wear them because I like the style of these. But yeah, these are super cute. They're in my bag. Did not pay. So they would have been $10 today. My whole order today, and I got all kinds of stuff. My whole order in my bag was like, it was $25 today is what I paid for my bag. And I had 2 pairs of shoes in there, guys. 2 pairs of shoes in one of their bags. Okay. So y'all can't tell me. This is why I will go and do what I got to do to get through these sales, because y'all see the kind of stuff that I be getting. Okay, and then these little Skechers, again, more clogs. These are comfortable. I just kind of like, I don't know. I seen these and I was like, oh, leopard, yes. I don't know why. I like leopard too. Flowers and leopard. I just need all the flowers and leopard things. And apparently, whoever items these were, they were also a flower and leopard type person, because this bag, it doesn't have a brand, but really durable canvas. And this is the bag that I had filled up. This bag was overflowing. So I had my baby, I had this bag, it was like this. It wasn't even closing like that. It was like this, like I had to hold it. It was like that. And then I had stuff in my hand. I had to do what I had to do, y'all. I did. I'm glad that I did, so it was worth it. Whew, child, y'all, I've been getting so excited about all this stuff I found. I am out of breath. Let me just, I'll be right back. And back. All right, so that is all of the stuff that I ended up getting. I know there was a lot of stuff, but I am really excited about setting up my tables, my kitchen and my dining room table for all the holidays coming up, and then also just everything in general. Like, I'm excited about wearing the shoes and all of that. But total spent, okay, let's talk about our numbers here. Total that I spent, I went 2 different days. The first day I spent $25 for an entire bag full. I don't still have the bag because it ripped, but it was just a Christmas gift bag just full of stuff. But yeah, that bag altogether was $25, and I had a pair of shoes in there too on that first day. The second day I had 2 pairs of shoes in my bag, and that bag was $25. So total spent, I spent $45 at that one sale. And then the first sale that I went to, again, the total was like, it was like $11 or $12 that I spent on that sale. But I am so happy about the things that I bought, the things that I found. I feel like technically you can say that I started my Christmas shopping in a way. Sounds right to me, but I am really excited about the things that I was able to find. My son, again, he is always like, are we going to state sale shopping today? Like, he's on it because he finds stuff that he's looking for. He's into model trains and you know, setting up his little town that has his model train and all of that, and he's always finding stuff. So we were able to do good this weekend. We found some really unique items. So that is my thrift haul that I have for you guys today. And if you have liked and enjoyed seeing the items that I was able to find, please remember to hit like and subscribe so you can stay along with me on my journey to my next one. So until then, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Cycle, empress rise, we follow in your green design. You gather women strong.